Hello, my name's Stuart, and I first off want to say a big thank you for spending the time with me this evening, as it is, and I'm going to take the opportunity this evening to discuss with you a little bit about this fantastic opportunity that I'm a part of. First off, a little bit about myself. I am 46 years old. I have been working full time since I was 16. Obviously, I left school when I was 16. The reasons for that was that my parents were in a little bit of financial difficulty back then, and I took the decision to leave school and find myself a job, and I sort of stumbled my way into warehousing at that point, and that's where I find myself at the beginning of 2019. When at that point I was introduced to an exciting opportunity by a very good friend of mine. Now, I won't lie. At that point in time, I was incredibly sceptical. Being a child of the 80s, I do clearly recall the pyramid scare stories that were floating around, and I thought to myself at that point in time, does this look the same? So anyway, I went away. I did my homework. I did some education, educate myself a little bit, I should say, on the concept, on the process. I read a few books, a few articles, and really sort of had a look at it deeply about how it will work. And to be honest, guys, I was genuinely blown away. And this is why I'm doing this video this evening, to put forward my perspective on this opportunity. So anyway, I decided to join. Now at that point in time, I had very little disposable income, very little spare time anyway due to the children and work. But I thought to myself, what have I got to lose? Looking at the concept, looking at the overview, I might lose a little bit of time and a little bit of money, but I'll get that all back in abundance. So guys, I genuinely believe that this deserves a closer look, as the prospects for generating more freedom, more time, more independence, more money, and just the opportunity to work with like-minded, positive people. When you do get that, it's something that we can all benefit from. So this is how it works. We pay a fee to get involved, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go through the process. And for that fee, you'll get a certain amount of product. Now, we do strongly recommend and advise and encourage that everybody tries the product before they look to promote. And the reason for that is very, very simple. Once you try the product and you fall in love with it and the benefits that it creates for you inside, you'll be much more open and happy to tell the world about your experiences, your positive experiences that you have. So, as I said, for that fee you'll get a amount of product, and the amount of product that you receive will actually be less than the usual value of that product, and that's because you'll be sold it at wholesale value. That's similar to if you would walk into a Costco, shall we say, and look to say how can they be so cheap, and obviously because that's why they're selling at wholesale prices. So if we were to use that analogy to sort of explain the process, it would go a little bit like this. You would go into Costco, shall we say, and you'd pick up a packet of biscuits, and say for instance that packet of biscuits cost you £1, and you'd go to the till and you'd hand over the packet of biscuits and your £1 coin, and you'd say to the cashier, there we go, and the cashier, just before she hands you the receipt, they say to you, oh, by the way, who recommended you come to Costco today? And you go, okay, hello, that was Bob Smith. And oh, Bob Smith, okay. And that's pretty much where we would be. And because of that, within our process, Bob Smith would receive, or Mr. Bob would receive, a percentage of that sale. And any other sales that are made by his recommendations to everybody else that he has recommended. And on top of that, the person that recommended Bob would receive a percentage as well. So the person above Bob would also receive a percentage of that sale of biscuits and any other sales of biscuits and products and things that he might have sold. Now, you might think this sounds a little like a pyramid scheme, but if you think about it, everything works under pyramid hierarchy. Where you currently work, your boss most probably earns more than you, and his boss or her boss earns more than them, and their boss more than them. That's how any business runs, usually. And so when I first started, I started off on a 5-day trial. We do a 5-day and a 10-day and a 15-day trial, but I started off on the 5-day trial. And to be honest, guys, pretty much from day one, I was quite shocked about the changes that I felt. I had more energy. I found myself having more focus during the day. Waking up, I mean, I'm 46 with 2 kids. You got to understand. You wake up most mornings going, I'll get up and go to work, and but I was finding I had more energy, more focus, and after 5 days, I'd actually found that I had a little bit of fat loss around the stomach after just 5 days, and that was a big wow moment for me. Now, I'd like to put a little challenge to you guys, if I may. If you have a think about it, think about who is the richest person, the most wealthiest person that you know. Now, chances are that person owns their own business, or if they don't, they're at the higher echelon of the company they're in, and make a lot of high-powered decisions themselves. And the thing to remember, in order to have a massive amount of time and money, you need to be involved in a business. And I honestly believe, guys, that this is the best business to be in. Now, the next steps, as they are, is that I would say that I would seriously consider this. Obviously, this is just an overview video, and I did this video, as I said, just to show you that we're real people with a real and genuine opportunity. I did my research, as I said right at the start of the video, and I would strongly encourage you to do the same. If you'd like more information, please, by all means, go back to the person that gave you this video. If it was myself, then excellent. Please come back to me, and we can show you the bigger part of the process and the next steps to follow. So, guys, thank you very much for your time this evening, and I do very, very much look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.